nah. Und dann kommt die Siegerin des Vorjahres hier in Hochfilzen. From Finland, Kaiser Mekarainen. Das Nummer 22, Caroline Ortigstad-Knote, Lisa Vitozzi mit der 23, Katharina Innerhofer, ganz stark in der Läufe, zweitbeste Österreicherin im Sprint mit der Nummer 24. Ab der Nummer 41 aus Deutschland kapiert, hinten Denise Hermann mit der Nummer 41, Vanessa Hinz mit der Nummer 42. Anneweide die 49, Franziska Hildebrand die 50. Da haben wir zum Beispiel noch Peter Stellarenko geschlagen als 52. Aida Gasparin und Franziska Preuß. 2 Minuten, 2 minutes left. Once again, fans, put your hands up in the air and make some noise. Die Österreicherin mit 47, Riesenlehrer und die Nummer 56, Julia Schweigert. Ohne einer Björn Dahlen und Daria Dobracheva. Hey, guys! Now, 1 minute for Russia!
time for Torovira, Italy. Sieht es jetzt auf Tandrevold. Die Norwegerin also auf Platz 2 in second position. Tandrevold from Norway.
Die sich durch seine eigene Modenlinie herausgebracht hat. Great Fashion bei Daria Domracheva. Und hier also die Verfolger von Vira und Tandrevold, geschlossen an Öberg. Probiert da, glaube ich, ein bisschen das Tempo anzuziehen. Geht da mal ganz klar vorbei an Svetlana Mironova. So, Öberg wird Karatova in Fuß, Mironova in Fuß. Und Reuseland, Jalkova, Ekhofer, 6, 7 and 8.
Of this race, so a loss of 41 seconds in 2.5 kilometres.
It's incredible. This race, Patrick, today in the women's field, I think it's not wide open, but we're going to get some surprises. Vitozzi already has gone from 23rd to 9th.
Well, let's see where those misses were. Second shot was just slightly right, high left.
The first miss was at 6 o'clock. Second miss, when she misses, she normally misses high left at 10, 11 o'clock. And, well, I think Zingerle will be advising a slight adjustment.
A slow shoot from Tandrevold.
Pays off, you know, it absolutely pays off. You just reduce the risk. You get your breathing under control a little more.
Are we going to change the sights? 3 of the 5 going significantly left.
She will be given that advice, maybe just showing the card of the fall of the shots, and I think if that was me, I would certainly click it 6 millimeters to the right.
Well, this is a good-looking ski from Tandrevold, as you mentioned, Mike, getting stronger and stronger. Great second place in the sprint. A little bit ropey with the shooting in the first sprint, but then fourth place in the individual. So, you know, no surprise to see Tandrevold second in the World Cup standings, leading the race at the moment. Hannah Erberger in a good battle with Tyrrell Eckhoff. Eckhoff's shooting suddenly seems to have gone up, Mike. Maybe she's one of those, like Simon Schempp, just doesn't like the windy conditions.
Maybe not. Fialkova is looking good there in fourth place. Yes, Tyrrell Eckhoff is going to fight away. What has happened? Surely she hasn't started a race without a foresight, or the foresight has become loose. That little screw section there, that allows you to pull the foresight out, the ring that slots into the foresight housing. What could have happened there?
That would be a little bit of a shock to look through the sights and not see any.
There's Tandrevold getting exactly the picture of the fall of the shots. You can't always hear the coach along trackside, so they're giving the picture. She'll make her own decision. And I think we'll see her pull the sights back 2 clicks anti-clockwise.
Tandrevold losing a second to Erberg. Eckhoff started that loop 16 behind, so she's taken 7 seconds off Tandrevold in the first kilometre, 1.2 kilometres. There goes Dorothea Viera. She's not out of this by any means. She shoots so quickly and so well in the standing position that you feel she's still got a chance. She might be a bit surprised if Vitozzi catches her up, Mike. The two Italians not far apart at the moment. 24 going through. That's Ina Hoffer, who's had a good day so far. She's gained 10 places.
I was so surprised with Dorothea Viera. She handles pressure well now. But you know what? It's almost like the ghost of last year. She came in, she started this race last year in first position. She came in and she missed 2 targets last year. Then she cleared, and then she missed a further 2 in the stand shooting. Coaches have got a tough job there. They're giving 2 or 3 of their own athletes from their nation different pictures of where the fall of the shots are. So you need your information exactly right when you're doing that.
The chasers are closing, but are they closing a little bit too fast? Up this climb, and then they break left early, back down into the stadium. The yellow and red bib of Viera just making a move to the left, trying to get past the French athletes in front of her. And as far as the French go, Bescon was the best place coming out of the range. We've got Brezard up in that leading group, not far behind.
Brezard from 25th, that's a great jump forward to 11th.
And Monnier has gone from 40 to 23rd. That could be the biggest gain of the race so far. Can't see anyone who's improved on that.
Makarainen, on the other hand, has gone from 13th to 24th. Those who missed pay the price. Mironova, still good. She's only 40 seconds behind. She started 3rd. She's down in 8th.
There is something very special about this pursuit race. Of course, the winner of the sprint has an advantage. And actually, last year, certainly on the men's tour, with Johannes Tingesbø winning 5 times. Generally, if he won the sprint, he went on to win the pursuit as well. He managed that yesterday, but it certainly isn't always the case. And it's not unusual to see someone starting outside the top 10 coming through to the top positions. Eckhoff, Erberg, Fialkova, Tandrevold, all settling at just about the same time. Tandrevold slow on the first prone. Erberg rattling through the targets and just a little bit careless with that last shot. Eckhoff and Tandrevold both wait for the final one, and it pays off on both occasions. It's Norway 1 and 2 heading out of the range. Viera hasn't even got the first target down.
When she does, it's going to be rapid fire.
Change of tactics now for Viera.
Oh,
missed one. and that adds to the one miss on the first loop. So again, she's going to lose ground to Eckhoff and Tandrevold. Looking good for Norway. Brezat goes clear, Bescon goes clear. The French shooting pretty well. Vitozzi, so good to see her put in a good performance, Mike. Having started 23rd, she could move up into the top 6 or 7.
You know, she needs a confidence boost, and in her mind right now, it's going very, very well. That could help her stand shooting.
So 14 places gained by Vitozzi, and the further up the leaderboard you get, the harder it is to gain places. Nearly always the greatest gains come from someone who finished between 50 and 60 in the sprint event with a bad shoot. Eckhoff, Tandrevold, Urberg, 1, 2, 3. Brezat, Notten of Norway's gone from 22 to 5. Brilliant racing, 17 places gained, and Shemerenko in 6.
The coaches, Nielsen, Mazet, just passing information around. You could see the disappointment in Matti Nielsen when he saw Öberg missing just one. He knew that it would have been the perfect scenario, obviously, to hit all 5. And I think that's what he would have expected from Hanne Öberg. But she has moved up from 5th into 3rd position. But it's all about the Norwegians. They're good friends. They share their same room. They get on so well. In fact, they're quite similar personalities, Tandrevold and Eckhoff. Similar stature, similar aggression in terms of skiing. But I do love the way Tandrevold has slowed her shooting down and getting more targets on the back of that. So looking down the track for 3rd place, and we're looking for 3rd place wearing bib 25. Brezat started so far back today off the lead times, but in fact it was over a minute, 1:05 behind, and she left the range only 23 seconds off the pace. So far so good for the French women. And Brezat in Östersund, finish. She has good days and bad days, Brezat. She finished 82nd, I think I'm right in saying that, in the first sprint competition of the season, and she said she almost felt it was 83rd, missing 6 targets. Said she felt like quitting, thought it's not going well at all, and 4 days later she wins the individual. She did miss 3 targets again 2 days ago, and that's why she started 25th today, but at the moment going so well in 3rd place. So coming up this hill for the 3rd time, and the range comes along so quickly in this race, with just 2-kilometer skiing sections in between each time to come in to shoot. 2 more stand, and some would say the more difficult part of the race to come. The legs are tired. The stand target is 11.5 centimeters wide. Not an easy target when you're so tired.
So where do we draw the line in terms of those who now are too far behind to win? Is Vera in a position 49 back?
I honestly think she is. At this stage of the race, errors come, especially having hit the first 10. There's a lot to lose when you're out front. So I think we will see some errors, and Vera, not impossible to get back to the podium.
Tandrevold obviously fighting to stay with Eckhoff, skiing beautiful symmetry there. Just wondering whether Tandrevold working too hard. I'm not going to bet my lunch on her missing a target again.
Hey, you still owe me a lunch.
Yeah. A bit more time today.
Too busy. There's Björn Dahlen.
Brezat in 3rd position, 18 down. Still so many opportunities for her. Urberg, Vitozzi. Great gains by Vitozzi, 25 seconds behind at the moment, having started over a minute off the pace of Vera at the start of the race. Bescon via Shemerenko, top 10 would be respectable for her. Her twin sister, a long way down, started 52nd, Vita Shemerenko. No sign of her moving into the top 30 at the moment. We'll keep an eye out for that, see if she has a good day out there. Vera skiing hard, cut the deficit from 49 to 47. Makarainen coming out of the range after the second shoot was 53 behind, so she's only gained a second or so. Now, two Norwegians. It's theirs to lose at this stage. 2 shoots to go in the standing position. Eckhoff has had a good week of shooting so far. Can she keep that going? Tandrevold, I think, would have my money on the better shoot, but she skied so hard on that last lap.
She did, and you know, she took 4 seconds longer than her friend or teammate to release the first shot she's picking up now.
Well, this is unusual, Mike. Eckhoff waits, and she waits, and it goes down. Great discipline, great discipline. So Eckhoff now in a very strong position with Brezar and Tandrevold and Urberg all missing. It's Vitozzi who could suddenly find, oh, she's gone and thrown one wide. What a shame. Real opportunity for her to get back into the running for a podium position. Keep an eye on Vera's targets. Once they start falling, they will go down fast. Here she goes. 1, 2. Third one goes wide to another mistake from Vera. That makes a total of 4 so far today. Maybe that is one too many for her to have a chance of winning.
At this stage, you would think so when the top 3 already out. Fialkova once again performing well in the pursuit competition in Hochfilzen.
Eckhoff, Mike, is 1 penalty loop clear of everyone else, and she won't go slowly on this loop, so she could come in with a decent advantage, knowing that if she hits 4, but again, you know, when you think of Eckhoff and the final standing shoot, you get a little bit nervous.
I didn't want to say anything, but you do, and I hope that she manages to keep that same discipline. She held herself back from being impulsive.
And wind her mind back to the World Championships, where she got the silver medal, hitting 5 on the last shoot. Now, let's see where Eckhoff's rounds went. In the prone, just below, but very safe inside. This is the one that she held, and she held.
Oh, it was worth it, right in the prone part of the target. Golf ball size, that middle part of the target. You just can fit a golf ball into that the space.
A little bit lucky with a second, everything drifting left, as was her prone. Throws that one right, and then this one way off to the right-hand side, and that for the moment, has put her out of contention for the top spot. But I think she may well find her way, fight her way back. Question is, what pace will Tandrevold take? She's now got the company of Fialkova and Urberg. Brezar just behind her. Bescon some 20 seconds back, so she's not really a danger at the moment. But look at the margin that Eckhoff has opened up. She is on her own, and when she goes around the top of this climb, she'll have a look at the section of the track she's just covered and realise there's no one with her.
I just wonder how that's going to play in her mind. She's so far out, as you say, a penalty lap, a penalty loop. Effectively, she could afford to miss one and at the moment still take this win.
Is it fair to say Norwegians are better chasers than they are leaders? Or is everyone a better chaser than the leader?
I think it's easier to chase. Lisa Theresa Hauser on her home range, and alongside her, what is happening? Oh, the targets are not set.
I think we've got an issue with the targets. Do they think they're still set on the prone? Is that possible? No.
The Hura targets. Come on, officials, you need to get there and change the target. That's it is being videoed, so 28 will get time back, and if that's Gontier, I think I'm right in saying that.
Well, lucky that Eckhoff didn't have a similar problem. What's the most likely explanation, that it was still stuck on prone?
Possibly stuck on prone, maybe not reset. This week, last week it was the Kurvinen targets. This week it's Hora targets.
Well, not only do you get the time back, but you've got to get the, you know, remember, if you're shooting and you hit a target, you know it's a hit and it doesn't go down.
Oh, it affects your race. If you come in, your mindset is only to aim at what's there in front of you, and if it's not the way it should be or whatever, we don't know the situation. I couldn't see what the problem was there, but clearly Lisa Theresa Hauser had the same issue, so indication is it must have been targets. Best mover in terms of climber from 40th to 14th, Emonier from France, only missing one. The German women have had a lot of negativity in the press, and I thought we might see something spectacular. Vanessa Hintz, that's good, from 42nd to 18th.
Yeah, Brezat has gone from 25 to 5, which arguably is even harder to gain 20 places. Now finds herself at the top end of the field. There's every chance that Brezat could get herself into the top 2 today. She's very quick. She's been shooting well this season, but hasn't had the best week so far this week. So it'll be really interesting to see how she goes. Davidova, now Mike, Davidova was way off the pace in the sprint. And I think she was down in 35th, so she's had a good climb as well. Got herself up into 17th.
Interesting, the Fialkova sisters, one of them at the moment in third, Paulina, the older sister. Her younger sister is way down in 56th position.
Brezat going through. Tandrevold, who led that chase group initially, has dropped to the back, so she's now down into 5th place, just behind Öberg. But it's going to come down to the standing shoot, the final standing shoot between that particular group. Vera working desperately hard again to get back in touch, Mike. I don't think she's going to lose her overall World Cup lead if she does secure a place, because Tandrevold was the big danger. Roysland in second. Öberg, who's in that chase group, is 4. So I think Vera is safe, although she's not more than 60 points clear of everyone else. Eckhoff.
She was so steady the last time in standing. She'll be trying to get the mindset into that same feel. So far, so good.
4 out of 5 should be enough. 3. That could secure the victory. Oh, fantastic. The only athlete to hit all 20. It's a rare, rare occasion, and that is why Eckhoff can't keep the smile off her face. She's gone and won herself a race by perfect shooting. Absolutely fantastic. Started 8th. She's going into top spot, no doubt.
Well, inspired by Johannes Tingesbø yesterday, he did the same.
Öberg rattling through the targets, makes it 5. That could be good enough for second. Mistake from Brezat. I mean, she'll be 150 metres behind on the last loop. She's not going to make that up over a couple of Ks. Fialkova misses. Tandrevold goes clear. Great recovery from Tandrevold, having missed on the last shoot. So she's got a total of 19 out of 20 today. And Vera, no chance of making the podium, let alone winning. Now, what's Vera going to do? Hasn't had a clean shoot so far today, Mike. She needs one now.
Oh, it's so strange. She's been perfect on the rifle in most races, and even in the windy conditions. Today's just a bad day. You're going to have a bad day in once in every 10 days in terms of biathlon.
Yeah, and luckily for her, she's not under the pressure she was last year in terms of the battle for the yellow bib. Mäkäräinen on her last shoot. 3, 4 down. She finishes well. That could well get her up into the top 10 today. So that's a good run from Mäkäräinen. Started 13th.
The cheering there was for Vanessa Hintz, the German. A lot of German fans here. They're delighted that she's moving a long way up that score sheet.
But Germany have not featured, not only today, they haven't really featured this season. Well, what a race. In the end, it's turned out to be an easy win for Tiril Eckhoff. Here she is. She's got, another K or so to ski, a couple of corners to negotiate. Shouldn't be any issue. The quad bike might be the biggest problem she's got, but she's safely around the corner. She's just taking it very, very carefully indeed inside. She will be bubbling with excitement, not because of her ski speed. She knows that she's in the top 3 in terms of that, Mike. But the fact that she has hit 20, I don't think she managed to go clear in any races last year, even the sprints where you only have to hit 10 targets. So that's a remarkable recovery.
It's a very, very difficult score to achieve when you're leading, especially in for the last stand. I'm so impressed with what she's achieved there in terms of shooting. Her ski pace is always good. The perfect biathlon. And that's why she's 22 seconds ahead. And Tandrevold only missing one. It's been a great day for the Norwegians. They really have, they have landed this season with confidence.
We're just looking at the margin between Øberg and Tandrevold. It was 11 seconds coming out of the range, and it's been cut down to, in fact, no, Øberg holding off Tandrevold, and Brezar now at 49 is 15 seconds down on third place. So I think even she has got too much to do. There's such short laps in this women's pursuit. 5 laps, only 10 kilometres, so 2 Ks a time. It's the same course as we saw for the relay, and very, very difficult to make back good time. Roysland, Mike, what about her after her brilliant performance in the relay yesterday?
Yes, she's missed a total of 5, and that's a lot of pain going around the penalty loop. So she's 20th, started in 7th, down in 20th, so a bad day, a little bit like Vera.
Yeah,
a bad day in the range. Vera missing 5 as well.
Moronova missing 4. She's gone from 3 down to 13. For every success story, there's a failure, and 1 or 2 athletes dropping down. The worst is Shvatova of the Czech Republic. Started 6. She's gone all the way down into 31st position, and missing a massive targets as well. As for Eckhoff, the only one of the 60 starters to hit the perfect score, 20 out of 20, and she notches up her first win of the season. Well done to her.
Great job. Nothing went wrong today. She had the discipline to hold back, and especially on the last shot on the first stand, she held her nerve and managed to get it down. She's a real character. Press conference later will be sparky and exciting. Another
consistent performance from Sweden's number 1, Hanna Øberg, lying in 4th position in the World Cup standings at the start of today. That might have been enough to push her up into the top 3. She's chasing Roysland, was only 11 points behind Roysland at the beginning of the day, and I think she might well have overhauled that. Tandrevold, an up and down performance, a little bit nervy on that first stand shoot, but recovers well to claim a podium position. She was under a lot of pressure, surrounded by Øberg and Brezar. She fought well, and I think she'll be proud. 2 Norwegians on the podium. Brezar of France, again, skis herself out of trouble, 4th position, and she missed 2 targets in all. Fialkova in 5th, the best of the Slovakians. Bescott in 6th. Here comes Kaisa Mäkäräinen. Mäkäräinen, who started way down off the pace. That's a really good run from her. 13 up into 7. Dorothea Vera started 1, drops down to 9. Still stays number 1. She'll remain in yellow for the next round of racing, which of course is in Annecy-le-Grand-Bonnat. Should be a fantastic week next week. Well, what a race. We're in a rush. We're heading back to 4 wheels. Priority being given to the motor racing today, but we'll leave you with the fact that Eckhoff has secured another win. That makes her, is that 7th World Cup win, I think it is, for Tiril Eckhoff, and a very, very rare 20 out of 20 from her. That will be worth a bit of celebration tonight.
That's a huge confidence booster for her, and you know what? That may well fix the rest of her season. She'll be a real challenger now, hopefully building confidence from that moment.
Well, we are off to France for the next round of the World Cup. Hope you can join us for that next week. 4 days of racing.
Die Deutsche ist als 54. Ziellinie gefahren. Bianca auf Platz 56. Natalia Kokaczina aus Litauen.
Didn't what a day, first pursuit win, and most of all, first 20 out of 20. What are your emotions?
We're very happy today. It was my first 20 and it was really emotional when I made it. So it was, couldn't be happier. And especially when Ingrid, we were standing there together, it was amazing.
Congratulations, go celebrate.
Thank you, I will.
Jeg tenkte å juble da. Ja. Men det jeg gjorde var å se på skjermen hvor jeg ble sa. Og så bare Yes!
BMW IBU World Cup Biathlon presentation and prize giving of the top 6 ladies pursuit. An der dritten Stelle in third place, representing Norway aus Norwegen, Ingrid Danrevold Landmark. IBU-Vizepräsident Klaus leisten uns der Vizepräsident des österreichischen Verbandes, Toni Leikam, mit den Übergaben der Blumen und der Preise.
Ah, der ja.
Okay.
Ja.
One more for your collection.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
In second place, auf Platz Nummer 2, representing Sweden, aus Schweden, Hanna Uberg.
Grattis, Anna.
Gratulerer, Anna.
Thank you.
Well done.
And the Scandinavian Festival continues. First, and winner and champion Hochfilzen, Tirol, Österreich, Austria 2019. From Norway, aus Norwegen, 20 hits today. Tiril Ekholm.
Grattis!
Heia Norge.
Tusen takk! Heia Norge!
Congratulations.
Thank
Norge.
you.
Heia Norge.
Så kjører vi av.
Jævlar!
Justine Bessat. An der 5. Stelle in West, representing Slovakia aus der Slowakei, Paulina Fialkova. Und auf Rang Nummer 6 in Thick, representing once again France, Anaïs Beskov, Frankreich.
Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Merci.
Hadde bare fått det, så hadde vi begynt å overta.
For the three winners, for Duril, Anna and Ingrid, you get the Austrian champagne, what is called Schlumberger, for you and hopefully for the whole team to celebrate and drink.
For the team.
Yes!
Now the race is over. So.
Og drikkepresset?
Yes, jetzt wird's aber schwer. Jetzt wird's schwer. I think the Norwegian team will have enough shots.
We will be drunk until next week.
Top 6 down, the top 6 ladies.